Welcome to LRS Technologies. My name is Ravi. Today we are going to discuss about different kinds of variables in C Sharp. There are four kinds of variables we have in C Sharp, which are non-static, static, read-only, and constant. Okay, what is non-static variable? A variable which was not specified with static keyword, which is called as non-static variable, which means if a variable which doesn't have any static keyword, that is called as non-static variable. Memory of non-static variable will be allocated only when instance of the class is created, because this is a non-static variable. So this will be memory will be allocated when only the instance of the class is created. Okay, memory will be allocated each time when instance of a class is created, which means if we create 10 instances of a particular class, which means 10 times memory will be allocated for these variables. For each instance there will be a separate memory will be allocated. Okay, second one is, what is static variable? Okay, static variable which was specified with the static keyword called as static variables, which means if a variable having a static keyword, which is called as static variable. Another way is, if a variable is declared without static keyword and inside the static method or a block, which is also called as static variable, which is nothing but, if we have a method, static method, and inside the method if we declare a variable without static keyword, which is also comes under static variable, because you have specified, you have declared the variable inside the static method. That's why it will be treated as static variable. Static variable will be initialized or allocated memory when static class execution starts, because when static class starts execution, at the time of execution only the memory will be allocated. Okay, memory will be allocated only one time for this one. It is not like a non-static variable. For the non-static, each and every time memory will be allocated, but for static variable there will be only one memory. If we want to send a new value to the static variable, it will be override the existing value. But whereas for the non-static variables there will be separate memory, right? So each and every time you can send the new value. Yeah, before value will be not be overridden. There will be separate memory box will be allocated for them. That's why we cannot replace the value for the non-static, but static value variable value will be replaced whenever we send the new value, because it will have a only one allocation. Okay, third one is, what is constant variable? If a variable declared with const keyword is called as constant variable. Okay, constant variables values will not be modified once there are created or declared. Means if we create or a declare a constant keyword, you cannot modify the value once you create the variable. Okay, so it is must to initialize constant variable with a value, which means when you create a constant variable, you must initiate with a value. Okay, we can access the constant variable without creating an instance. It is same like static variable. Without creating an instance, we can access the variable, because it will have only one memory allocation. So each and every time the same value will be assigned. Okay, we cannot modify this value once after assigned, and we must initialize the value when variable is declared or created. Okay. The fourth one is, what is read-only variable? If a variable declared with read-only keyword called as read-only variable. Okay, read-only variable value cannot be modified like constant. Okay, this is also same like constant. We cannot modify once the value is assigned. However, there is a difference between const and read only. Let's see what it is. Okay, however, read only variables can be declared without initializing a value and can assign a value at runtime, which means whenever you declare a read only variable, you it is not must to initialize a value like constant, but constant we must need to assign a value, but read only variables, it is not a mandatory to assign a value at the declaration. But then when we can assign a value at the runtime. At the runtime we can assign a value. Once assigned, we cannot modify it. That's the read only variable. We can assign a value once after creating an instance of the class. Okay, we can assign a read only variable value once we create the instance of the class. Once we assign a value, we cannot modify the value. Okay, the only difference between const and read only is, for const we must need to assign a value once we declare, but read only we can assign a value after initializing it. Okay, at the declaration it is not a must to initialize a value. That's the difference. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe for more videos. Have a nice day.